Hello, 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 Angel here. Welcome to or back to my channel. You might have already been here a few seconds ago. If you have, welcome back. And if you haven't, I would definitely recommend that you go and take a look at the first part of this comparison of Sam Rook's decks. That was the Major Arcana. Yeah, definitely go and look at that first. We're on to the minors here, and we're on to the cups, and we're also on to the crystal suit. So, with no more talking, no more of ado, let's just do this. Okay, so we're starting with the cup suit. We've got cups in all the decks, apart from the Cosmic CUNT tarot. They are called specimens. Quite a traditional feel here going on with the hand holding the cup, and then we've got the Velouria's tarot and even the Macabre tarot, which feels a bit pippish, pips with feelings. I feel this one's very pippish. Yeah, so that's what those were the aces. Let's flip some cards and move on to the twos. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups or the Two of Specimens. I like this one from the Cosmic CUNT tarot. This feels like a connection, a balanced connection between two things or two people. I like these feel quite, this trust and friendship going on here. This feels a bit more intimate to me, an intimate, a friend that you're very close to, that you trust very much to allow them so close to you into your space. So I feel that these have got quite a different feel to them, even though they're all the Two of Cups, which I really like. Definitely like this balanced feeling going on, that both are bringing the same kind of energy. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, let's move on to the threes. Okay, we're on to the Three of Cups. Got these which are very traditional. We've got a bit of a pip feel going on here. Now, I really feel that looking at the cards like this, doing this kind of exercise with decks generally, looking at, the same card throughout several decks, really, really opens, or definitely opens my eyes to different meanings and different ways the different creators have tried to depict the cards. So for me, this is a really, really interesting, nourishing exercise. Those were the threes. We're moving on to the fours. Four of Cups coming up. This I find very interesting. Again, I mentioned before in the previous video with the majors that the Macabre tarot really does, it pokes me. It makes me feel uncomfortable, which, is not a bad thing. As I mentioned in that video, I do like to read this intuitively, and I do use the Reclaim Oracle with this deck. The Rainbow Moon Tarot is a total favourite. I would say it's my soul deck. I don't tend to pair this deck with anything. I use this alone. It stands alone and it holds its own. These two are very new in my collection, Velouria's Tarot and Sweet Foragers Tarot. And I haven't worked at all with the Cosmic CUNT Tarot, but this totally makes me giggle every card I flip, basically, I've got to say. Okay, we're moving on to the fives. Let's see if I can grab these cards. Okay, the Five of Cups, or the Five of Specimens. This is very interesting. I love this. This gives me a total 50s, 60s vibe and a Jackie O feeling, most definitely. Okay, the Six of Cups. I love this. And I really, really appreciate this as well. This is so cute. This again, it jabs me in the ribs with a finger. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. I don't know why. And actually, generally when I work with this deck, with the Reclaim Oracle, I don't get those jabs or those pokes. I don't get this deck pushing my buttons. But looking at these images with the others compared to the other four, oh, it's really given me some feels, I've got to say. That's interesting. Very interesting. Moving on to the sevens. Okay, the Seven of Cups. Love this. Gives me a really total witchy vibe. This is so cute. the Eight of Cups. I do appreciate the Eight of Cups when the person is walking away with whatever it is behind them. I really like that. This is very interesting with the Eight of Cups, with the Macabre Tarot, with the spider, which is, you know, unable to walk away because it's trapped. It's got this, what's this called? Pin stuck in it. Interesting. I think I mentioned before, I don't need to go to the guidebook for the Macabre Tarot, but maybe it's time to look at some of the descriptions in the guidebook for the Macabre Tarot. It's very, very interesting. Okay, we're on to Nine of Cups. This is very interesting as well, this split face. I love this kind of vintage vibe. A lot of the characters are dressed in this kind of vintage way. I really like it. I think it's really cool. Okay, on to the Ten of Cups. Whoopsie. Let's do that. Love this. I really like this as well. I do love me the colour in these two decks. I would go as far as to say these two might even pair very well together. I mean, you know, don't quote me on that. I'm not against pairing two tarot decks at all. I do that quite often in my practice, and I really enjoy it actually. Let's do that and that. Okay, so now we're on to the court cards. This is the Page of Cups. We've got the page with specimens, obviously. We've got the page here, and we've got the Terror of Cups here. Now, for the court cards, I'm terrible at court cards still, although I'm pretty much almost 3 years into my tarot journey. And because of that, I always have this book on hand. This is Your Tarot Court by Ethany Dawn. This is a really great book. I've spoken about this in my 54321 tarot tag, hashtag to Kelly Bear, if you'd like to see more about this book. I definitely recommend it if you have trouble like I do, remembering the courts. Or even if you don't, even if you just want to brush up on some, you know, court card meanings. Anyway, those were the court cards. Let's move these along. And we're on to the Knights. So we've got the Knight and we've got the Nightmare of Cups. I've just got to say, I love this Knight of Cups. This totally gives me a My Little Pony vibe. And I used to love My Little Pony as a child. I used to have a pink My Little Pony. I think it was Candy Floss. Had little roller skates. Anywho, this totally gives me that vibe. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, on to the Queens. So we've got the Queen, we've got the Chancellor in the Rainbow Moon Tarot, and we've got the Haunting in the Macabre Tarot. Love this. And I love this curvy figure in the Rainbow Moon Tarot. That appears quite often in this tarot deck. I really enjoy that. I love that. Okay, the King of Cups. We've got the King, the Warden, and the Massacre of Cups. This is very interesting again. Interesting to know what the guidebook says about this. Let's move on to the next suit. The next suit is the Crystal suit or the Pentacle suit. So we've got the crystals, the discs, and the crystals again. Now moving on to the two of Pentacles. We've got a bit of a, oops, let's just do that. A bit of a wizard figure going on here. Possibly a Merlin figure maybe. Interesting. I do really like this card, I've got to say. But as mentioned, I have worked, you know, a lot and bonded really well with the Rainbow Moon Tarot, so it's not a surprise. Okay, we're on to the Three of Pentacles. Got a bit of a similar vibe going on. We've got the three figures. The Four of Pentacles. Now, straight off the bat, sorry, let's just bring these into, straighten these up a little bit. Just straight off the bat, this makes me feel uncomfortable again. It's pressing those buttons. Interesting. Okay, moving on to the 5 of Pentacles. So we've got a bit of a traditional feel here with the almost stained glass window, except we've only got the single figure instead of the 2 figures. That's interesting as well. This gives me a bit of a hermit vibe again. The hermit had also had this blanket or hood over themselves. That's interesting. Okay, on to the 6. The 6 of Pentacles. I'm having a bit of a love affair with the 6 of Pentacles right at this minute. Thanks to the Darkwood Tarot. So this is a card I'm really, really enjoying at the moment. Got quite a similar vibe going on here with this, you know, giving and sharing. Even here. Okay, on to the 7 of Pentacles. So this is very interesting with the Mer figure. I feel quite a pippish kind of figure going on here, or quite pip-like image, I'm going to say. The 8 of Crystals, or the 8 of Pentacles. Let's do this. If I get hold of the cards. The 9. Love this. I've done a lot of work with this card, so I really enjoy this as well. The 10. Now the 10 of Pentacles is a card that I really associate with my ancestors, with my my lineage. And so I feel when I see a single figure here like this and this kind of speaks to me more of legacy, what you're building for yourself. Whereas this kind of card kind of feels more like this generational or ancestral line. So this kind of works better for me than this kind of thing does, I've got to say. Not that, you know, not obviously all cards can be read in different ways, obviously, but for me, I really, that when the 10 comes forward, it really resonates for me with my ancestors. But that's just me personally. Okay, so we're now on to the court cards, we're on to the pages. We've got the page, and we've even got the Terror of Crystals here. Then we've got the Knights. We've got the Nightmare here. Again, we've got that My Little Pony vibe going on. Is it just me? Is it just me, or does it feel like a My Little Pony vibe? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know. I can't help myself. Just really totally reminds me of My Little Pony. Yeah, love it. Love, 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 love. Okay, moving along to the Queens. There we go. Queen of Pentacles. I find this one very interesting. This one feels like, this almost feels like the Queen of Cups to me. You know, this very watery, majestic, amphibious figure. That's really interesting. That'd be interesting to know what the guidebook says about this one. Obviously, we've got the Haunting of Crystals here and the Chancellor of Crystals at the bottom. And then finally, we've got the King of Pentacles. Let's do that, that, and that. There we go. We've got the Massacre of Crystals for the Macabre Tarot and the Warden of Crystals for the Rainbow Moon Tarot. So there we go. Yeah, that was the cups and the pentacle suit. The next video we're going to be looking at the wands and obviously the daggers. So I'm going to thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in a wee moment in the next video. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you're in the world, and hope to see you next video. Toodaloo!